guys, so I'm going to show you how to play No Such Thing by John Mayer. It's been a really long time since I've posted a video, and yeah, so I'm going to show you guys how to play No Such Thing. The beginning is this E major type chord. I'll get closer so you guys can see what exactly it is that I'm playing. But it's this chord, and it's 7th on the A, 6th on the D, 7th on the G, 8th on the G, 7th on the B. And then you have the 2 E's open. And he plays that in the intro and on a lot of other parts in the song, so it's a pretty important chord. And then after that, in the intro, it's like, by the way, I know this is played on an acoustic, and I probably should be playing on an acoustic, but I don't have a very good acoustic, so I'm doing it on electric guitar. And so, like I said, it's that chord, and then he puts his pinky, you move your pinky up 1 fret to get the next chord. So it's, from where you normally are with your pinky, which is the G on the 8th fret, to the G on the 9th fret. And then he does that like twice, I think. It's like, goes to that, which is just your first finger on the D string 11th fret, and then on the G string 13th fret, and everything else just open. And then he goes to a kind of bar chord thing, which is basically you're barring all of the 4th fret, and then on the D string you got it on the 6th fret, and then on the B string you got it on the 7th fret. And then you go to 7th fret. It's like an E minor 9, I think, type chord. So it's A 7th fret, then D 5th fret, then G and B 7th fret. And you can also have the E strings ringing out as well, because it is an E chord. Then from there you do the same thing, you know. So that's what we got so far, and then it does that again, so. Except on this time, instead of going to that E minor 9 chord, you go to F sharp 7. And then this is where it's the chorus, I believe, and it goes, or the pre-chorus, whatever you would call it, and then it goes, and that part goes as follows. On the D string you have it on the 2nd fret, and then on the G string you have it on the 4th fret, and this shape is what you're keeping the whole time throughout these chords. You're just moving that shape up, so it's. So that shape goes from starting at the 2nd fret, then it goes to the 4th fret, then it goes to the 7th fret, then it goes to the 11th fret. And then after that you go back into that E chord from the beginning. Then you go. the F sharp, and then you go. After that, this is like where he's singing "I wanna run through the halls of my high school," which is and that part goes basically on the D and G strings on the 5th fret, and then everything else open. And from there you go to the E type chord that we were talking about. We've been talking about this whole video. And then after that it just goes back into, you know, the verses like before. And those are basically all the parts for the entire song, but the only other thing there is in the song is the interlude type thing, where it goes, the timing is, it's like a halftime, and that's when he's saying "I am invincible" or whatever, and that's basically it's a F chord, your standard F, but it's, instead of barring it, you leave these strings open, so it sounds like. So your E, B, and G string, well, the G you're holding up, but your E and B string are open, and then the rest is fretted down. So that's how that goes. And it's that F that I just told you about going to the, it's like an A type thing. But it's from that one part where it's like, so it's just 2nd fret D, 4th fret G. And yeah, that's basically the whole song. I'm going to play through it for a bit for you so you can really get it, and then yeah, I hope that this video helped, and here you go. Thanks for watching, guys. That wasn't necessarily in order, but it had all the parts in there. This song is kind of difficult as far as the chords go, but hopefully I helped you on what you need to know. Thanks for watching.